Afternoon and welcome back to the West Ham Network for your Matchday Live. Yes, West Ham travel to Goodison Park. Normally, it is one of the away games I would go to. I could not go to it this afternoon. However, there are 3,000 West Ham fans that have made the journey. So hopefully they are safe and well and getting themselves ready for the big sing-song. Let's bring in Irish Tommy. Tommy, how you doing, my man? You all right? You well?
Yes, well, thanks. Looking forward to the game today, actually. Obviously, a couple of cancellations of other games. So it means we're on live. We weren't scheduled to be on live today, so no annoying streams today, thank God. So but I'm looking forward to it, albeit a little anxiously.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, recently, and we are waiting for the team news coming in, etc., very shortly, but recently, we've had a reasonable time of it at Goodison Park, Tommy. Does that come into play, or is it just in the moment with the two squads, the two managers, the players? How do you think it kind of goes?
Yeah, like you say, it used to be a graveyard for us, really. We found it very difficult at Goodison over the years, especially when Lukaku was there. He was always guaranteed to score against us every time we played up there. But I think in recent seasons, we've definitely had a much better time of it at Goodison. And I think there are a number of players who'll start today who are used to winning there and getting good results up there. So I do think it matters. We've seen it with our games with Brighton. Their players, when they play us, they just have a kind of confidence against us because they always get a result against us, it seems. And I think there is an element of that today when we go to Goodison. I think our established players, I think, will have a certain level of confidence that they can go there and get a result because they've done it before and more than once. So I do think it plays into the psychology of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as you can see now, we have entered Goodison Park. We've decided to come in early with the background. But yeah, no, I agree with you, Tommy. I think, it's nice to get football back. And just as we get it back in the Premier League, it's about to stop again for another week or so until the 1st of October. I think it's vital, though. I'm kind of personally looking forward to the run of games we've got in October because it's been a stop-start season so far. And I think it's about time now we get run of games and players get consistency, which we've not had now for such a long time.
Yeah, and especially when you're trying to integrate, a few players into the squad and into the system, get them used to their teammates, and get your work done on the training ground. They need games, and like you say, it's a shame now that we'll have a little bit of a break after today with the international break coming up. Plus, of course, we already had a game postponed against Newcastle last week. So there has been some disruption. It's given Moyes some time to work on the training ground, maybe with some of the players, but I still think that the best way for players to integrate and get up to speed is on the pitch in games.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is a pity. I don't think anyone really likes the international break, to be honest.
No.
So it's a shame. It's been a bit bitty, hasn't it, our season so far?
Yeah, I think between even like Scamacca getting injured, I was thinking about this morning when I seen that Isaac scored for Newcastle yesterday. They signed him and they threw him straight in the squad, and he's already got 2 goals in the Premier League. And I think to myself, I just want to. Scamacca's got 3 goals, not in the Premier League, but I'm more than ready to see him start. However, equally, I'm delighted at the way that Antonio's been managed. I think it's worked wonders for him so far. But we now need to put games to bed, get and play well with the performances and get points on the board. And today's game, I mean, I don't know, what would you accept? Points? I think most fans would accept points on the board with a shit performance, really, when it comes down to it, worst case scenario.
Yeah, look, ultimately the result is all important, but so I'll take any win. 3 points is always the most important thing, and we'll be looking a little bit healthier in the table. So that obviously is first and foremost, just get the points. But for me, I think I'd really like to see a performance along with the 3 points. I mean, we haven't really seen the team have a great game yet this season. We've played kind of well in patches. I thought we did quite well at the City Ground. We were unlucky in that game. I thought we were the better team, but it still wasn't, a really top performance from us. And I really would just love to see that, see the players hit the ground running today, put in a really good 90 minutes, be the better team, and take the points, and hopefully score a couple of goals as well along the way. And I think that would be a kind of a lift that everybody needs. I think the fans need it. I think Moyes probably could use it as well, and I think it would lift the players an awful lot too. So the 3 points ultimately is what matters, but I just really would love to see an actual really top performance from the team today.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I mean, we're literally a minute now away from getting the team news. I mean, Tommy, are you going to be smiling, or are we going to be seeing anything controversial after the team news is announced in about 30 seconds' time?
I'll tell you what, my biggest concern is the formation. I'm going to be really, really worried if I see Cresswell and Emerson in that lineup. That's wing backs, and I'm going to be really, really worried. I do not want to see the wing back system today. I want to see us revert to a 4-2-3-1 or even a 4-3-3. So that's my main worry. I mean, who exactly will start? We can probably pick Moyes' team more or less, with maybe get one or two wrong. But my big concern is the formation, Anton, if I'm completely honest.
Well, here we are now. I've got the team news lineup for you. If you are ready, we have Fabianski in goal alongside Sifal, Kira, Zuma, and Cresswell. So there's your back four, and it looks like we are playing with a back four. Then moving into the central of midfield, you've got Rice and Souček, of course, protecting as per normal. You've got a start through the middle for Lucas Paqueta. Pablo Fornals is recalled into the team. Jared Bowen keeps his position, with Antonio staying up top in the Premier League. So, Tommy, is that a face of happiness or a face of confusion, or what?
This is the face of predictability from Moyes. If you'd have told me 4-2-3-1 and told me which 11 will he play, that is the exact 11 I would have given you that Moyes would go with today. Exact 11. Now, look, don't get me wrong. That is a team on paper that is capable of going there and playing well and getting a win. So not for 1 second am I suggesting that's a shit team, and that we're definitely going to lose or anything like that. They're capable of going there. They're capable of playing very well. They're capable of winning. But I'm disappointed. It's not the team I would have put out. The Cresswell Emerson one is up in the air. I'm not too pushed either way about that. I probably would have plumped for Emerson personally, but not a big deal to me that Cresswell is starting ahead of him. But for me, it's the front four again. I'm just not happy. Bowen is out of form. I don't know why Bowen keeps starting. He's just not playing well. I expected Paqueta at number 10. I think we'd all have Paqueta at number 10. Fornals on the left. Again, it's Moyes being defensive minded again, because we're away from home. He just wants to keep it tight and not try to not give away any goals. He wants Fornals in there for obvious reasons. Fornals does not score goals. Bowen isn't scoring any goals. Paqueta has to get off the mark yet. Antonio, as a number 9, scores very few goals. I'm worried. Like, I'm looking at that saying, who's going to score the goals for us today? The players that are on there in attack just don't get them. I think I would have gone a completely different way. And I don't have a problem with Antonio being on the pitch, because I put out my 11 on Twitter and I had Antonio playing, except I had him playing on the right. I had him playing in his proper position out on the right wing, with Bowen dropping to the bench, because I think Antonio could do a great job for us out on that right wing, because he's in form, he's playing really well. And I had Cornet playing on the left, because he looks a real live wire. He really gets at defenders. He attacks the box. He gets crosses in. He causes real problems. He's real live wire, Cornet, and I really like what I've seen from him. So I wanted him on the left to give us another attacking threat. So with him and Antonio on the sides, with Paqueta through the middle, I thought we could really cause them problems. And Scamacca, obviously, I had up top, because he's a proper number 9 who does know where the net is, as we saw on Thursday evening. And he does score goals. And I think, we have to start scoring goals. We don't create enough openings and we don't finish enough of our opportunities. I'm a bit worried about that front four. I'm worried about where are the goals coming from today, frankly.
Now, if you are just joining us, we are bringing to you the live Matchday live content. So we'll give you some commentary of the game, etc. as well. We'll have several guests coming on. But before we bring on our next guest, people are just joining us, want to know who the starting lineup is. And we will also dissect Everton's starting lineup next, as well, as I'm just waiting for this video to load, as you can see with my delaying tactics. But here is West Ham's starting 11 for the game against Everton today. Right, Rich, you've just joined us, mate. You've seen the starting 11. What's your thoughts?
How's it, lads? Firstly, I think there's more than enough quality in that 11 for me to be confident we can get a result. There's a lot of options that Moyes has now. The likes of Skamaka and Cornet, who potentially could have been given a start. But I'm happy with it. I think four at the back, solid enough. Would have liked to have maybe seen Flynn Downs get a chance. I see he's not even on the bench. But yeah, there's enough there for me to say we will get the 3 points today. So I'm feeling confident.
I think what's really important, though, Tommy, is when you look at the lineup and you look at the bench, I mean, there is no ifs or buts about it. Yeah, I get it. The bench is strong. And point I made in one of the shows we did last week was with the up-and-coming games that we've got coming up in October, I don't know if Moyes' maybe his mindset's going, that's when the transition will make. This is not the last chance for players to show what they're capable of doing, because I think these players are all going to play a part, but maybe Moyes is thinking, I'll unleash. Am I overthinking it a bit, or is it 9 games in October, another 4 games in November before we stop? There's an opportunity now. These players need game time, and they need regular game time. The likes of Skamaka, the likes of Corny, a game changer, because he has been a game changer so far. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, again, I think I don't like the lineup for Moyes in that front four whatsoever. Bowen is off form, as I said. Fornells is in there to do a lot of defensive donkey work. I don't see the goals in that front four. I just don't see the goals. Again, I think, to me, this is quite negative from Moyes. I'm glad he changed the formation back to the usual. But other than that, I'm not happy, if I'm completely honest. Like I said, I'd have Corney on the left, I'd have Antonio on the right, Skamaka up top, and at least then we're carrying the goal threat from 3 different players, and hopefully Paqueta as well can get in and around that box and get some shots off. There's 4 players in there that just don't score any goals. I mean, Paqueta hasn't gotten off the mark yet. We don't know really at the moment how many goals we're going to get out of Skamaka or out of Paqueta this season. Skamaka has been in great form. He's scoring goals and gets dropped to the bench again. Cornet playing exceptionally well in Europe, carrying a goal threat, setting up opportunities as well. He looks like he works really well with Skamaka as well. And again, dropped to the bench. And I just don't like it. I don't know why Moyes insists on being so negative. Probably because we're away from home. And that lineup worries me. The worry is that we can play well and not score a goal, and end up losing, or it's a board draw, 0-0 or something. So, I hope they prove me wrong and they play really well and we score a couple of goals and win it. But I'm worried. I can't lie. I'm not happy with that front four. Other than Paqueta.
I will jump into the comments in a second. I'm going to bring you up the Everton starting lineup. Rich, obviously, big news is that Pickford hasn't started. Of course, we knew that on the lead up to this game. I mean, he has been vital for any form of defence for Everton. How much of a miss will he be?
Yeah, I think it's a big blow for them. Obviously he's got abilities as a goalkeeper, but I think just reinforcing that back four, he's that marshalling, like almost quarterback role for Everton, and he's very loud and vocal. So I think we can get at Begovic. Some would say or argue that he's past it. I think we need to target him today. So yeah, it's a massive blow for Everton. But I mean, I see Neil Mope in the starting lineup for Everton.
Well,
and,
there we go.
Can only help but chuckle.
Let's have a look at the rest. So we've got Patterson, Tarkowski, Cody, Mikhailenko, Onana, of course, and Moyes again admitting this week that we were looking at him, but rightly so, not paying the money. Iwobi, who's kind of found a new bit of form in central midfield for Everton, Ghana, Gordon, Gray, and Mapai, with a bench of Jakopovic, Keane, McNeil, Decor, Coleman, Davies, Vinagre, Rondon, and Garner. So Calvert-Lewin doesn't make the bench. But, if we had to try and find some holes here, I think they've drew, is it 4 games this season so far? And obviously losing their main man at the back, Tommy, and also, not that I'm disrespecting Tarkowski and Cody's name, but they are not blessed with pace. So there's an option for West Ham to get at these players. And maybe that's what disappoints you with their attack.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. That's why I'm disappointed. That's a backline that can, and a midfield, frankly, at Everton that can be got at. I think there are goals there, and Moyes, for some reason, has decided to just use players who don't score goals for some bizarre reason. I think, having Antonio on the right, with Corney on the left, and Paqueta and Scamacca then through the middle, I think the goals were there for us. But again, Moyes just being cagey, being too coy with the team. He's going to be cautious again, and we're probably going to give up a lot of possession to Everton and sit back and try and hit on the counter. And this is why I get so frustrated with Moyes. I mean, Everton are there to be got at, and we've got players who can get at them, and they're on the bench. It's just really frustrating for me. That's not a great Everton team by any stretch of the imagination. And I'll tell you honestly, Anton, I'm going to be really pissed off, like big time pissed off, if we make them look a much better team than they are.
Yep, I get that. I'm going to jump through the comments quickly and see what everyone else is saying, and we'll come back on and have a conversation. Lawrence is in the house. Good afternoon, and hope you are well. Up two down hammers. Hope you're well as well. Garino's in the house. Lawrence is saying we need these 3 points today, mates. Yes, we do. Scott R. Morning, 6 a.m. here in Canada. Thank you for joining us. 8:13 a.m. here in Kentucky. Scott saying theoretically we should rip this defence. They have an emergency keeper too. All talking to each other. Paqueta, feeding Scamacca would be ideal. And I think we probably all agree with it there. Scott saying no surprises. Moyes is so predictable, ridiculous from Lawrence. Chev Tube says, hi all, I agree with Tommy. A win first and foremost, but a good fluid performance would be such a lift. Crosshammer, afternoon all, I thought Downs would start today. Rich, in terms of Flynn Downs, he had a great game in the Europa League conference against FCSB. I think we expected him to come on to the second game against Silkeborg, but he did not. But he had a great performance. But I've seen some people talking a lot. His name was mentioned a lot on social media. Was there ever really any doubt that Tommy Souček was going to be getting a game today?
No, I mean, if Thomas Souček was fit, we all knew Moyes would chuck him into the starting 11. He's almost one of those players that is just Moyes would refuse to drop, basically, if he's fit. So it's very frustrating. As Tommy said, there's a couple of players that have been in really poor form for a while and are yet still getting the nod. So it is disappointing. I hope Flynn Downs isn't too badly injured, the fact that he's outside the squad. But for me, he's just someone that brings a bit more dynamism. He's neat and tidy. He's more mobile than Souček. He gets around the park. So it would have been great to see him alongside Rice. But again, Moyes has got his favourites, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't had a look at the substitutions, actually. So we've got Areola on the bench alongside Dawson, Emerson,
he is on the bench. Apologies.
And Downs, Lanzini, Corney, Benrahma, and Scamacca. So, I mean, listen, there's no ifs and buts about it. It's a good bench. I mean, this game could be a game of two halves, Tommy, really. And I get it. Like, we go back to the game against Silkeborg and we see the attacking form. We think, what an attacking four. You look at the bench, you think, holy shit, what a really good attacking four. And then again, it's vice versa here. But I think sometimes you want what in our heads would look like the strongest, most competitive, most dynamic, most different team. Because, those four that played against Silkeborg, albeit against Silkeborg, it was different. We played different up top. It wasn't the kind of same old lackluster, big gaps opening up between the midfield and the striker, all men behind the ball. I mean, I've done the analysis on it. Cornet was causing everyone problems. He was everywhere along the front line. Skamaka was dropping deep, contributing. Paqueta was doing what he does best, which is fantastic football. Emerson was driving forward, creating a threat, and they were all connecting really well. So, I mean, can you see Moyes utilising this substitute bench a lot earlier today, Tommy?
It's entirely possible he'll have to, because we might be chasing the game. Because he's gone so negative again up front. It just annoys the crap out of me, to be honest. I just think there are players there. Why have players on the bench like that who can have an impact and bring them on if you're chasing it? It's put them on from the start and get after this Everton side and put them to the sword. Just be positive for once. So yeah, look, the players are there to spring off the bench, no doubt. Players like you said, like Skamaka, Benrahma, Cornet, all there that come on and make a difference. But it's no good if we're bringing them on if we're fucking 2-0 down trying to chase a game. Because Moyes has decided to be cagey again. I hope it doesn't come to that, because it shouldn't and it doesn't have to. So yeah, look, there's obviously impact players there on the bench. It's nice to have one keeper on there as well. Means we've got a pretty fit squad. But we've got players there that for me should be starting the game and getting after Everton immediately. That they're going to be fragile. Everton, you go a goal up there and the crowd get a bit edgy and it goes a bit quiet, and the players can get a bit nervy. Especially if we're playing well and we're creating openings and we're worrying them. I just would rather Moyes have been much more positive with this game and deciding, look, we're the better team, we've got better players, and we're going to come up there and get after you and beat you. But Moyes it just doesn't enter his thinking. But look, like you say, Anton, the bench is there if it's needed. Those players are there that hopefully, if we need them to come on and make a difference, they can do that. I just hope that's not why they're being brought off the bench.
Yeah, I totally understand. Rich, I'm going to bring up the kind of lineup and maybe how we see West Ham lining up today. Is this a good kind of? I think we're just making sure I've got all the right players there. Yep, I do. Yep, Bowen, Paqueta, Fornals, and Antonio. Rich, I mean, how do you see this team setting up, and what should we expect from the players that are lining up today against Everton, especially at Goodison Park?
I think from my side, and a lot of West Ham fans probably share similar sentiment to me, is we just we have to get at them today. They're low on confidence. Now, they need a result themselves. So for me, it's can Paqueta get in behind? Can Antonio cause Connor Cody problems? Kind of bully him at the back. Because as Tommy said, Goodison hasn't had the greatest of atmospheres in the last 2 or 3 seasons. Fans are getting frustrated. And if we did nick an early goal, put them on the back foot, we could really have a field day. So for me, it's just, let's not go into our shells. Let's not let them get into the game. Let's take it to them from the get-go. I think Bowen has to really have a good game today. I think he's lucky to be starting. But again, I'm just waiting for him to rediscover the form of last season and the season before, and it has to come at some point. He's playing for an England spot. So yeah, for me, it's just we have to get at them today. I'd be frustrated if we just kind of let them get into the game and concede a sloppy goal or something like that.
I think it's worthwhile kind of touching on the Bowen situation, Tommy. Moyes has particularly spoke about him in the press conference and said that he believes we're starting to see a little bit of what we saw last year. It's taken a little bit longer. He can be a frightening player. Obviously, we need him to be firing on all cylinders. However, you've seen maybe, I don't like to compare, but I am going to make a comparison in terms of Son from Tottenham. not firing all cylinders, benched temporarily, brought off the bench, and it's given the team and him a reaction. Is that something that maybe we should be looking at doing with Jared Bowen, or would that be too harsh?
No, I think Bowen's been really poor this season, and I think he should be dropped. I wouldn't be starting him. I know Moyes is talking that he's seeing him improve. As I haven't particularly seen it, if I'm honest. I don't know what Moyes is looking at. I still think Bowen's poor. I thought he was really poor when he came on against Silkeborg. And yeah, I think he should do what Conte did with Son. Drop him to the bench. It's not like we don't have the players to bring in. You could very easily just move Antonio out there. He plays really well out there. He's playing well. He's in good form. You know what you'll get from Antonio. He'll cause Everton problems from out that wing all day. Or even if you Moyes wanted to stick with Antonio up top, you can put Cornet out there. No problem. Cornet can play great out on that right-hand side as well, cause them problems. But unfortunately, Bowen is one of those players that it seems Moyes will just never drop. The only way it seems Bowen doesn't start in the Premier League is if he's injured or suspended. And I don't like that policy. He might have had some excuse last season to say, well, look, I don't really have a good enough replacement. But he doesn't this season. There's no excuse for me for Bowen starting again. And frankly, if Bowen plays badly again today and we don't get a good result, I mean, it's going to look really bad for Moyes. It's going to be another rod that he's making for his own back, because people are going to be asking the question, and rightly so, why are you playing players every week who are not performing? Why do you insist on continually playing them? He did the same with Souček. Souček had a long run of games where he was really poor. And still he plays every time in the Premier League. Moyes does seem to have these favourites of his that he just will not drop no matter what. I think Antonio's one of them. Bowen is certainly one of them. Souček is another one. So I think it's a fault that Moyes has, that he just insists on playing these players. So he'll take a lot of criticism today if Bowen has a really poor game again and we don't get any kind of result here.
Absolutely. Scott R is saying, hey, hats off to Moyes if we keep a clean sheet in the first half and then the others come in the second half and rip them a new one. And then,
why not rip them a new one? Why not rip them a new one from first whistle?
Yep. Good point.
Yep. No, it's a good point. It is a good point. Moyes out, has to go. Taxi for Moyes. Get out now. Paul Parkinson. Fornals is in to protect Creswell. The Creswell debate is an interesting one because Emerson's great, fantastic at getting forward. He really is, and he offers us a great threat going forward. But he was never bought. He was never ever bought for his defensive abilities. So, Rich, what do you think on the Creswell Emerson saga out on the left?
It's a difficult one because we all know Aaron Cresswell's faults. He's weak when it comes to pace. And that's somewhere where Everton can hurt us if they get in behind. But from set pieces, he brings a whole different dynamic to our side. And in a game like this, if it is tight, we might really need to rely on a quality ball in from Cresswell and Souček on the end of it, Antonio on the end of it. So, yeah, both Emerson and Cresswell aren't the greatest defenders. There's no doubt about it. I just think Cresswell offers us that set piece alternative that might be crucial today.
Tommy?
Well, again, look, Moyes has gone with Cresswell because he feels he's defensively a bit better than Emerson. I think Moyes probably sees Emerson as more of a wing back. So I think whenever he does play with three centre backs, he'll use Emerson as the wing back, but he clearly sees Cresswell as our number one left back. I don't necessarily disagree with it either. I think Emerson is better getting forward, and he will get in and around the box, where Cresswell doesn't ever do that. Cresswell will kind of stick to the touchline more or less and try and whip some balls in. And obviously, look, Cresswell's deliveries are top class. But he is on the wane, Cresswell. So it's actually not an ideal situation for us at left back. I know we spent a lot of money, brought 8 players in, but that, I think, at the end of this season is left back and frankly right back, I think, are going to have to be priority positions for us. We ran out of money to kind of sort out that position at left back, I think, this summer. In an ideal world, we would have signed a really kind of top class left back, and that is something we desperately need. It is a weak point in the team, and I agree with Rich. I think they will try to target that right hand side with Cresswell, try and get a runner in behind him, get some overlaps going there, get Cresswell turned. He's not comfortable when he has to turn and run towards his own goal, Cresswell. So it is a weak spot, but I can understand why Moyes went with Cresswell ahead of Emerson as an orthodox left back.
Do you agree, Rich, that we need to look at that? I mean, I do agree as well, Tommy, but that's definitely an area for improvement in the next window is to make sure we try and get someone. I think it was it yourself, Tommy? I don't know if you did it in the show the other night or you put a tweet out saying that if I were Moyes, I'd invest heavily in January in those two positions.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
What do you think, Rich?
Yeah, completely agree. Haven't seen a whole lot of Emerson in a West Ham shirt, so he's still got something to prove. But we do definitely need an out-and-out left back that defensively is very, very solid. We both know, all of us know that Emerson and Cresswell defensively not as good as what we really, really need. So that's definitely a priority position for us going forward. There's no doubt about that. And right back, with Johnson out, Sufal's been really poor. He needs a good performance today as well. I worry about left and right back today.
Yeah, absolutely. Areas of concern or areas of weakness that we can get at Everton today, Tommy. I know we've discussed their defence, but we haven't even looked at anywhere else in their team. I mean, I think things to consider is that they've signed a whole host of new players as well, so there's going to be a bit of bedding in from them. However, the difference is that they've played a lot of games in comparison, maybe to our players. I mean, have you seen any bite or anything from Onana that gives you any fear factor in that midfield?
No, not particularly. I wouldn't be worried about their midfield really at all, if I'm completely honest. I'm just seeing there's an obvious missing player in midfield here, which I think is a blow to them. Why does his name escape me? He must be injured, I assume. Who was it they signed? I think.
Who is it? Who's the one in midfield?
Signed from Watford, didn't
Decor. Decor's on the bench.
I can't see the bench. My eyes aren't the best.
Let me see here.
Decore. Decore is on the bench, which surprises me. I think they could have used his presence in midfield. I don't think Onana has been great yet. He, obviously, he's only 20. He's probably going to take a little time to settle in, but I don't think he has yet. Iwobi is an okay player. Ghana, they're all okay players, but I wouldn't be worried really about them in midfield. I think that's a midfield that can be got at. But unfortunately for us, we've kind of been quite weak in midfield ourselves. But I'm hoping Paqueta could have a lot of joy in there today. That's the one thing that I'm really hopeful. The problem, of course, is that Rice coming forward with the ball, and if Souček has to be the one to sit back and we cough up possession, we could be wide open in midfield there. So I think Fornells is going to have to do a lot of dropping in there potentially. I think even tactically today, Downs might have been a better option, just to stay in there and sit and do the kind of the graft in there against their midfield. I think we can get at them through the middle if we play it right. And I'm hoping that Moyes has got something planned for that, that he's got the midfield set up in such a way that we can expose the openness in that midfield. So that's my hope, that we can get at them actually right through the middle and get right at the heart of their defence.
Rich, when it comes to player that Tommy mentioned there, Paqueta, how have you been impressed with him this season so far?
Yeah, look, I think he's still got a lot to show us. I've seen glimpses of quality, and there's no doubt he's got immense ability. Some of his touches have been brilliant. I think he's clever with his runs, finding certain spaces on the field, bringing other players into the game. So, yeah, I think he just needs to get his first goal. and hopefully that can be the Kickstarter for him. And I mean, fingers crossed he can do it today. But there's no doubt about the quality he's got. He's some player. There's no doubt about that.
He really is. I find him to be. Let's be brutally honest. I mean, I don't know if you watched a lot of Lyon. When I say a little bit, I suppose last year when we were coming up against them, that's when you take a bit of a keen interest in the opposition. So, you knew that he played one game against West Ham, and when he was missing I think it was the first leg that we played, that it was going to be such a big mess. Or I can't remember if it was the second leg. I can't remember exactly, but you knew that he was their kind of main source of output really in the game. But when you sign a player, you look back at what they're capable of doing, and you do get excited. But what he's actually brought to us is something phenomenal, like an all-round player. He gets stuck in. He is not scared of getting stuck in any position, Rich, is he? I mean, he's got so much potential, and you think that maybe a game today could highlight that. Do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, his stats last season in France, his tackling ratio and numbers were right up there with the best in that division. So as you said, he's more than keen to get stuck in. He's got that box-to-box ability, scoring goals, getting assists, and making tackles. And I think in a game like today, where it could get a bit scrappy, Everton needing a result, I think that could be crucial for us. And my fingers are just crossed he gets off the mark today. It would be great for his confidence if he could score.
The thing about Paqueta is that he really seems like a proper team player. He doesn't seem, even though he's got that ability to be tricky, skillful, creative, because he gets stuck in, and you can see him gelling within this team, especially when you see all the kind of clips from training, etc. Tommy, is he the sort of player that needs a goal to get going? I think every player loves a goal, don't they? They love a goal, of course they do. But is he the sort of player that needs the goal to get going, or is it just about what he offers to the team as a whole?
Yeah, I think a goal will do him the world of good. I suspect, he's a confidence player, and I think he believes in his own ability. He knows what he's capable of. He's playing for Brazil. So I don't think he lacks any self-belief. So obviously a goal would be great for him. Really get him off the mark. He's a number 10, so he wants to be involved in everything in and around the penalty area. Like you say, he will work hard for the team. He will drop back. He will close down. He will put tackles in. He's not a prima donna, but he's a number 10, and he wants to be getting involved in and around the box, getting goals, getting assists. It's why we brought him in. So yeah, I think if he was to get like a goal and an assist today, and that would really get him up and running. But yeah, it'd be lovely to see him get off the mark. But ultimately, most importantly, it's his performance. If he's getting on the ball a lot, kind of sewing everything together for us in attack, and playing with a little bit of pomp, then that'll do. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what he'll bring. I think he will be a great player for us, and hopefully today, he'll put in that first performance where you really see what he's about and how much quality he has. Where he's kind of running the show, as it were, up front.
Another area, I don't want to make this too negative, and obviously I've got loads of comments to jump through, but I want to get this point across. We have conceded a few goals, and there's an area of concern for me in defence, and that is down our right-hand side. In particular, when I don't like saying it, but Safal has definitely lost that little bit of extra pace that we relied on heavily when he was, first signed for West Ham. And I'm absolutely a huge fan of Kira. I do think, whoever had mentioned it before, that when Aguerd does come back, we may see the shift one position over where Kira moves into right back. We could see Zuma and Aguerd becoming the two central defensive pairing. And I think that would work really well because Kira's obviously got the pace to cover the ground and track back, etc. But right now there is a concern. There is a time, they're taking a bit of time to gel together. And that seems to be where we're getting a lot of our, negative traction against us down that side. Rich, what is it that we should do today? What, if we're seeing it, is Moyes seeing it? If Moyes is seeing it, what is he saying to the players?
Yeah, it's firstly it's a concern, as I mentioned earlier, because Sufal, his decision making hasn't been good this season. His pace isn't great, as you've mentioned. So for me, it's just a case of hopefully we can be on the front foot. Because if they're all over us and Sufal and Cresswell are exposed, we're in trouble. But if we play the game and take the game to Everton, then suddenly those defensive inabilities that we have aren't such an issue anymore. I think Sufal just today has to be just keep it simple, do the basics well, get that first challenge in early. Sufal's the type of player that doesn't mind roughing up the opposition, get in their face, be aggressive. And yeah, I don't think we can afford to play too high a line based on the pace or the lack of pace we have out wide. But someone like Thilo Kura luckily does have a bit of rapid pace about him, so he might have to do a bit of donkey work if they do get him behind.
Yeah. I'm going to jump through the comments. There's loads, so I've not had a chance to put some up. And Tommy, I know you were throwing some up there. Afternoon to you, Adam Cook. Good to see you. People were worried about seeing Scamacca, but he is on the bench. Don't you worry. Scamacca is on the bench. Just to prove it, I will bring this up for you there. There you go. You can see him last there, number 7. So don't worry about that. On my app, it says he's not. I hope I'm wrong. No, he is. I want to see him coming at half-time. And I think that's a genuine thing that you could see happen. Moyes has been doing that a bit more often. But I do, as much as I'm a bit like you guys, I'm frustrated maybe not seeing him start today. I think that come Wolves, as long as he gets through the international break, come the Wolves game, that I would fully expect him to be starting at least that game in the start of the 9 to 12 games we've got over the following 6 weeks after that. Moyes does not know how to attack teams, full stop. Creswell is a weak defensive link. I'm on the OneFootball app. What are you guys using to see the bench? Just West Ham, Crosshammer, Sky Football, Leeds fan here, but today supporting you guys. Come on, you Irons. Thank you, John. Okay, if he's on the bench, then I'll be deleting this bloody... Stephen White, totally agree. Moyes will just defend against an average team. Trev Chug, Benny was bang on form. Now can't get a look in. It's weird. I get that the 5 subs, there are options to change things, but very defensive, predictable, starting 11. Tommy Benrahma, it's another one. Actually, hold on a minute. Oh, he is on the bench. Yes, I get it. But, this is the nature of the world we live in these days, Tommy, isn't it? We've got now, for the first time we've seen in a long time, really strong strength and depth, and not every single one of these players is going to be able to play, so we're going to have to manage their game time and their expectations, and this is what potentially Moyes thinks he's doing, and we can all disagree with. But when it comes to Benny, what do you think?
Yeah, you have to feel a little bit bad for Benrahma because in the Premier League, certainly this season, he's possibly been our best performer. In attack, certainly he's been our best performer. He's been playing so well. But unfortunately for Benrahma, he has a manager who's inclined to be cagey and think defensively before he thinks offensively. And so Fornells gets the nod because Moyes likes the defensive work that Fornells gets through, and the work rate that he has, and his heat map probably. Moyes probably loves Fornell's heat map, So unfortunately for Benny, he doesn't get the rewards really for coming on and being really good and causing opposition defences real problems. He just has the wrong manager at the club, unfortunately, under somebody else who's a bit more attack-minded. I think Benny probably would see a lot more game time, and Fornells would probably see a lot more of the bench. But it's just the nature of the manager, unfortunately, for Benrahma's sake. But it's a pity for him because I do think the way he's played, he deserves a chance at least to play more than he does. I would have had no problem with Benny starting today whatsoever. So he's a bit unlucky, just Benny, in that the manager, I suppose, first of all, that the manager didn't sign him and really necessarily want to sign him. And so he's had to do a lot of work to gain David Moyes' trust. And while I think he's gone a long way towards doing that, unfortunately...
There's Pablo's. There's his heat map for this season so far.
Yeah, he's all over the place and he's running up and down that wing and doing a lot of donkey work. So Moyes loves that. And that's not to crap on Pablo. I love Pablo Fornells. Absolutely love him. And there's a lot that he can bring to this team. But this is the kind of game that I don't believe Fornells should be starting. I think he should have gone with either Cornet or Benrahma out on the left today and really got at this Everton team because they're there to be got at. But as I say, unfortunately, Moyes is always going to be cagey and defensive minded, and so Benny doesn't really get the amount of game time that his performances necessarily deserve. So it's bad for him, but he's just the manager, unfortunately, in the way he thinks.
And Rich, I mean, we're talking about Max Cornet now, you know, a player that a lot of people have been calling to start the game. And to be honest, I'm a big canvasser for him starting the game, but he's not. He's on the bench again. I don't think these players are sitting there. I really don't, right? And I would love to think that they're not. And I genuinely don't believe they're sitting there going, why the hell am I not starting? I think that they are being managed behind the scenes. They may not agree with it, but I don't think there's any petulance there in terms of them not starting. But Rich, is it harsh on him? What's your thoughts on Cornet so far this season?
Would have loved him to have started. I think he brings a freshness, a dynamism. He's electric going forward. He can put in a great cross. He likes to shoot. And I would have loved for him to be involved from the beginning today. I don't think there's any petulance, as you said, but at the same time, there must be a little bit of frustration because how can you get your confidence up when you're not consistently starting in the Premier League? It's the same with Benrahma. We all know his finishing needs to improve, his final product needs to improve, but from a confidence perspective, how is he ever going to get his confidence up when he's constantly in and out of the team? So I think Benrahma would be frustrated. I think Cornet will also be frustrated. But then again, you know, get to 70 minutes, Everton are tired, bring on Cornet, let him run at them, and it could be a masterstroke. Who knows?
Absolutely. Scott is saying Everton secured 4 ties simply due to Pickford playing the best he's played in years. Paul Harrington says, as a West Ham fan, it saddens me to say this. Yet again, a lineup that deserves to lose. Terrible. Moyes is predictable. Anyone could have predicted what he would do. My hope is that he continues to do early subs. That's huge progress for him. Darren's in the house all the way from Thailand. Hope you're well. Hammerhead is saying Fornals left wing back. Hammerhead is saying 5 at the back, more like 11. Would it be interesting to see how much between those subs with Ashby and Johnson and the starting 11 would finish from Paul Harrington? And I think what makes for interesting reading there, or what you're saying there, Paul, is the fact that for the first time in a long time, we're actually even saying that. We're actually saying that, you know, add a couple of more players to that bench. You know, we've got 9 on the bench, add 2 more players to that, and that's a starting 11 in itself. So, big shock. Moyes playing for a draw. I wish I was in Thailand. Don't we all? Giving opposition way too much respect again. Moyes, stop putting 5 at the back. Moyes' favourite formation, 11 at the back. Scott, maybe the players starting today will feel the pressure from the bench and perform. Moyes is a bellend. Well, there's a lot of hate for Moyes in here today, isn't there? Holy shit. Peter saying Moyes always sends his team out to defend. Bowen was a player. Moyes was very angry with he came back very overweight. Did he? I mean, I don't know if I massively saw that. I think there was a rumor going around or saying that he had, well, not rumor, everyone just putting 2 and 2 together, going he had the best summer of his life. Obviously now he's in his personal life, all that sort of stuff, and they went away on holidays and they were very active on social media, so you've seen what he was up to. Tommy, Tommy, I'll go to you. Bowen, I mean, I've seen some random comments online. Is he a one-season wonder? He's not, is he?
No, he's not. He's not. He's an exceptional player, and he's been brilliant for us. And I don't doubt at some point he'll find his way again. Fairly certain of that. I just think he needs to be rested for a while. Just dropped out the team. Let him kind of sort himself out. Play him in Europe, even. You know, give him some games in Conference League. Where any kind of lack of form won't maybe affect us as much as in the Premier League, won't be as damaging. Let him find his feet in the Conference League, you know, and just give him a break in the Premier League. It's just a form issue. I think he will find his form again. And I think overall, I still expect him to have a really good season. And just all players will go through these spells where they're just not at it for whatever reason. Obviously, I don't know the why. You know, I'm not privy to what goes on behind the scenes or his personal life or anything like that, so I don't know what's caused it. It could just be purely he just happens to not be in great form at the minute. But yeah, I would have a lot of trust in Bowen in the long term. that I think he'll be fine. I think he'll get back to playing really well again, probably sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Bowen scored and created how many goals last season? You know, his class have been too hard on Bowen. I think that's in relation to some of the comments in the chat. Scott is saying, I don't always agree with Moyes, but he's true to himself and his players who plays as he asks. Hammerhead said the definition of madness is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. I agree with the sentiment, Hammerhead. I do. I totally do. I probably will 100% agree with that sentiment, even more so if that we're halfway through October and we are still seeing the same lineup. I always try and, we're all different fans, so I'm always half glass full rather than half glass empty. I always try and give the benefit of the doubt, and maybe that's too much. Maybe I do it too much, but I can admit it. I do always try and give the benefit of the doubt. So I try and give myself a timeline. It was like back to last season. I was like, when we were playing Celtic in the preseason friendly and we hadn't signed anyone, or we had signed one player, and I was going, if we don't sign someone else by this point, then I'll be angry. But then we didn't. And then I was like, well, I'll give you a new target date. And it's a bit like this just now, you know. I desperately want us to get the result. Holy shit, I don't care. Just get the fucking result. It's not going to be great if we don't, because then we've got the whole of this break to go through, knowing that we've got a whole host of games coming in. And the biggest thing I'm concerned with so far really is consistency and motivation for the team. That's the two key words that Moyes spoke about a lot, Rich, last year. He wants consistency in the team. So get into winning mentality and then have players with the regular game time. I mentioned before you came on, players like Isaac from Newcastle got signed, started, and he's got 2 Premier League goals under his belt. So he's off the mark in the Premier League. Now, we know Scamacca is off the mark, but not in the Premier League. You can't help but think, just throw him in there. Let's just see what happens now. You know, is it risky? I don't think it is. But then maybe Moyes is... What's the mindset there? Rich, what do you think?
It's frustrating because, as you've mentioned with Isaac at Newcastle, all the Premier League teams that have spent money and brought in quality players have put them straight into the starting lineup, and it's improved the starting lineup. Whereas West Ham, on the other hand, have spent a lot of money, brought in quality, and then we still have those players sitting on the bench. And someone like Frank Lampard will be laughing because he could have predicted the starting lineup today pretty much, based on last season and the season before. So I understand Moyes wants some continuity and consistency, but we've spent money and we have players that will improve our 11 if they start, and Moyes is not playing them. So it's strange. I also don't buy the whole they need time to adapt to the Premier League. These are world-class players who have the ability to hit the ground running straight away. So, yeah, it's frustrating for me.
Peter saying Moyes has the players but just doesn't know how to play them. Crosshammer. I mean, it feels kind of negative. It does. Didn't I say, Tommy, before we came on? I said, are we going to be smiling away or are we going to be sitting here moaning? And I feel like between us and between the chat in particular, the chat's really negative. But I get it. I get the frustrations. I do get the frustrations. But at the end of the day, if we can turn up, do a job, I've never been one to been proven so wrong by David Moyes in my life. You know, the most ideal situation would be that we go in at halftime 1 or 2-0 up, and he makes the substitutions, and we finish off the game with the second half substitutions. It's the most ideal circumstances, really, for us, but we know that probably doesn't work that way. Remember, Moyes named Creswell and Fabianski as assistant captains, so you do know that they will play, even if they're not really up to snuff this year. Thoughts on that, Tommy?
Yeah, I mean, just to go back to this consistency issue that you guys just spoke of. I mean, the consistency, it's hard to get the kind of consistency you want when you're insisting on playing players who are out of form. You know, I mean, if you're going to keep playing Bowen every week, even when he doesn't play well, you're going to keep playing Souček every week, even though he doesn't play well. You're going to keep having Antonio up front as your number 9, even though he just doesn't score goals. You know, you're gonna like Fornals as well. Like, there's a lot of good stuff in the team. I really like Fornals, but he doesn't score. It's very rare for Fornals to score. He might get 5 in a season. You know, and obviously Paqueta, obviously not off the mark yet. Hopefully that'll happen today. But But I mean, he doesn't make life easy for himself. It's all right saying you want. I understand the philosophy of wanting a fairly settled starting 11, but there comes a point where you have to switch things up a little bit. You've got a very expensive Italian international striker on the bench who's been in flying form in Europe and scoring goals, scored an absolute cracker on Thursday evening, and it's still not enough. Cornet has been doing a great job in Europe as well. He's looked like an absolute live wire. He's been causing untold problems for defences. He looks like he's got a goal in him every time he plays, and an assist as well. Benrahma has been really good early doors in the season. These are all players that have been carrying an attacking threat, and they can't get on the pitch. So to me, I mean, Moyes just doesn't help himself, frankly. Consistency is one thing about the starting 11. And I understand you don't want to be chopping and changing too much. Moyes isn't helping himself. You have to take out players that are not doing it. And when you're not scoring many goals, as we're not, and you're struggling to create chances, as we have been, then put the bloody players in there who are showing you that they are capable of creating chances and of scoring goals.
Yeah.
That to me is what that's the kind of consistency that you're looking for, isn't it?
Yep. Now, listen, there's so many messages in the comments section, so I'm going to jump through them. But before I do, I'm going to ask you for your predictions. So start putting your predictions in the chat just now. Tommy, I've just sent you a message. If you can have a look at that, and then if you can reply to me, let me know. That's cool. And then I'll jump through the chat and see what everyone's predictions are. Rich, you're David Moyes, mate. You are David Moyes. What are you saying to the team just now, and what is your score predictions on the lead up to that?
If I'm David Moyes, I say get at them, get the fans on Everton's back, be aggressive, win your first tackles, look to go forward, look to create chances. That's got to be the mentality. And then, from a score prediction point of view, I reckon we'll concede, but we'll win the game. I'm going to go 3-1 to the Hammers.
Cool. Excellent. I'll take that right now. I'll take the 3 points off your hands, get ourselves ready to rock and roll for the October campaign. Tommy, over to you, mate. What's your thoughts?
Like I say, I worry about our ability to score goals. But having said that, it's an Everton team that are not great. And I said at the top of the show, despite some of the misgivings about this team, I do think this is a West Ham lineup that's capable of playing well, and that is very capable of going to Goodison Park and getting a result. So I'm still going to be positive that we'll get something out of the game, simply because I think Everton aren't great. And look, maybe we will get a really good shift out of Bowen today. Maybe Antonio will get a tap in or something. We might, get something from a set piece, or things can happen for us against this Everton side. So I'm going to remain hopeful that we'll see a good performance. And like I say, we do have players who can come off the bench and make a difference. So, but I do think I still have my misgivings about the lineup. So I'm going to go for a score draw. I'm going to say that this will maybe be something like 2-2. I think like a Desmond. Going for a Desmond, I think, today, because I do think we are vulnerable at the back. We have looked open at times. Some of our defending has not been too clever. I do think Everton will create chances. So I'll go for a Desmond.
Absolutely. Happy I'm right. Bowen is going to shine today. He's also spot on the pitch for England to be great for. Oh god, there's so many comments. It's ridiculous. We have to start Antonio and Scamacca. I don't really care about the result. I just wanted the squad to look like they're coming together. Rich, Tommy, thank you for joining us. I'm going to go and get myself prepared for the stream, and the link's there. I won't be on half time, but so yeah, thanks for joining, and we'll be back very shortly. If anyone hasn't already watched it, go back and check out Irish Tommy's late show. Launched. Oh, Rich is gone. Relaunched, I should say, on Friday, and he will be back again this Friday as well. So make sure you do go and check it out. And it's going to be 10 o'clock, I believe, isn't it, Irish Tommy?
Yeah, 10 p.m. on Friday. Be there or be square.
That's the one. That's the one. Tommy, thanks very much for joining us, mate. Have a good one. I'll see you soon. Take it easy.
Cheers, bud. Talk to you
Cheers.
soon. Take
Bye-bye.
care.
There you go. Loads of predictions coming in. So what I'm going to do is just quickly jump through the predictions that everyone's got, and then I'm going to go and get myself set up. I'm actually moving. I'm taking my laptop with me, and I'm going somewhere else to watch the game. So you will have to bear with me. 3-0 West Ham. Was going to say 4-0 West Ham with this lineup 2-1. 1 each from Phil. A 15-year-old came on for Arsenal. Wow. Yeah, I've seen that. A 13-year-old in Northern Ireland came on. I think he's broke the record, a 40-odd-year record as well. Pete got to say 6-9. Woo! 1 each from James. 1 each. Moyes, listen up. Arsenal give a 15-year-old debut and you, yeah, unless you scored yesterday, you better win today, sir. I'm done. I'm just not looking for results. I'm looking for progress and control and style of play against the poor start in Everton. Moyes has shown limitations, what he can teach. 1-1 in my opinion. Draw is not good enough. Probably win today. Paqueta almost injured in warm-up. Great. 3-1 to West Ham. Benny and Scamacca to score. 2-1 loss. Hopefully it's not. Cheers all off to view the game. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go and get myself sorted back for kickoff. Let me just put this in here. There. And I will see you all very, very shortly. Hello all. I did say I would be here. Can you tell me, please, first and foremost, if you can hear me? Please tell me if you can hear me. Please put it in the comments if you can. Just getting everything set up for you guys, so just bear with me. So Everton are on the attack down the left-hand side. Phil, can you hear me okay? I can, cool. Is it quite clear as well? Everton, Iwobi now got the ball, plays the ball through the middle of the park, switches play over to the right-hand side. Everton on the attack, down the right-hand side, just holding on to possession. Loud and clear. Oh, it's good banter, isn't it? Good banter. Gordon's on the ball there now. Tries to play Mapai in, and Sefal clears it, and it goes out for a throw into Everton. My mum's in the screen again. There you go. Big cross. No, it's fine. Fabianski comes out to clear. No, they like it when you run, they said. West Ham just getting the hold of the ball now. Zuma plays the ball back to Fabianski. Kira gets the ball. Oh, Iwobi's come through. Tried to skip past Fabianski, but he has taken the ball out, and it's gone for a goal kick. That was a dangerous bit of play there from West Ham. Hold on a second. What is going on here? Ah, that's my thingy. Oh, West Ham on the attack. Oh, nearly an own goal! Nearly an own goal. Connor Cody clears it, and it nearly goes in from Begovic, but Jared Bowen's done really well down the right-hand side. For anyone that wants to know, I'm 7 minutes, 45 seconds into the game. It's a quick throw-in from West Ham. Jared Bowen down the right-hand side. He does well with the strength, plays the ball through, and if Connor Cody had to do that, because if not, it'd have been on a plate for Antonio. So he's done well. He's done enough. He's cleared the ball, and it's a corner to West Ham. Big ball in from West Ham. Right on the keeper. He's done all right. Iwobi clears it. Oh, well won there from Pablo. Good ball forward. Antonio's challenging the player. Creswell's gone down the left wing. He's kept it. No, he's not. It's a throw in. West Ham have got a man down. Creswell's having a little wobble. Everton on the attack down the left-hand side. Plays the ball through the middle. Still got the ball. Just patient play. Ball through the left-hand side. Everton now coming inside the 18-yard box. Oh, bit through. Oh, smashed across the 6-yard line. And no one is there. Goes out for a throw-in. He smashed that ball across the box, hasn't he? Oh! Gordon's won the ball from the throw-in. Oh, he skipped by one player on the edge of the box. Good interception there from Tommy Suchek. Iwobi's won it. He's on the edge of the box. Plays it out wide right. Crosses it in low. Cleared from Creswell. Goes out for a corner to Everton. Corner. Big ball in. Over the top. Cleared from Safal. Ball out the right for Everton. They're on the attack. Oh, he's brought the ball back. He's brought down. It's a quick free kick to Everton out on the right-hand side. A foul from Paqueta. Oh, it was on mute. I just realised I was on mute. I've just told Mum that you said to get her to get the channel set up, and she said she loves the name Peter. I said she wouldn't like what you say to me every day, Peter, when we're on the channel. Big free kick in from Everton. Oh, he's unmarked. He's jumped. Onana has jumped over Antonio, headed the ball wide, and it's a goal kick to West Ham. Paqueta's brought down Everton player again. Referee's pulling Paqueta over. He's getting stuck in, doesn't he? I'll tell you what, Paqueta, he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit. Free kick from Everton, goes to the back post, and it goes out. Perfect. It's been a bright start for Everton. West Ham now on the attack, and we have broke with Paqueta down the left-hand side. Get bodies forward. It's not Paqueta, sorry. I don't know who it is. Fornals. Oh, he's been dispossessed. He's won it back, though. Oh, he's done well. Do you know what? Fornals lost that ball there. Is that Jared Bowen down? It's a great pass. Oh, he'll get a yellow card for that, surely, the Everton player. It's a great ball from Jared Bowen to find Pablo Fornals out in the left. But the player's kind of gone in on Bowen's ankle. I think he'll be all right. It's different. Throw in for West Ham, deep in the Everton half out in the left-hand side, Creswell. He finds Fornals. Antonio on the inside and left-hand side. Good overlapping run there from Creswell. The Everton player's going to let it run out for a goal kick. So it has been predominantly all Everton, a couple of breaks from West Ham. Getting some background crowd noise for you. Send the ball back to the defence. Everton now on the attack, down through the middle. They've still got the ball, still got on the attack. They've switched play out on the right-hand side. It's a foul down the attack down the right-hand side. West Ham trying to find a bit of space down the right-hand side, but Everton have dispossessed us. Onana's dispossessed West Ham. He's travelling down the right-hand side. Everton on the attack now. Onana's on the ball. Iwobi. Big ball in. Clearance from West Ham from Kira. Jared Bowen finds the ball on the left-hand side. Iwobi. Everton now still got the ball. That's dispossessed from Jared Bowen. He's got his foot stuck in. He's done well. Big ball up top to Antonio. He's got a bit of space. He's driving forward. Drive. He keeps driving. There's space on the right to Paqueta. Oh, he can't get the ball to Paqueta. Dispossessed from Everton. Unlucky, good bit of work there from Antonio. He gets the ball, drives forward. Yes, I have been invaded. It's a foul down the right-hand side. Jared Bowen on the attack. He plays a 1-2 with Suchek. Jared Bowen still got the ball. Jared Bowen plays the ball through to Deckers. Out wide to Creswell on the left-hand side. Big switch there from West Ham. Sifal collects the ball down the right-hand side. He keeps a hold of it. That's inside onto his left foot. Plays a ball through to Paqueta. No, Rice, sorry. Plays a 1-2 quickly with Paqueta. Oh, nice football there from West Ham. Dispossessed though from Onana. Fornals keeps a hold of the ball out wide to Creswell. Fornals makes the run. Creswell keeps a hold of it. He picks the ball into the box. Such a Jared Bone, but it's cleared on the header. Tarkowski clears it and it goes to a West Ham throw-in. Much better from West Ham, though. Big ball in. Oh, it's a corner to West Ham. That'll do. Emerson's on the bench. Big corner from West Ham. Big ball in the box. Oh, front. And it's cleared from the Everton player. Corner from West Ham. Big ball in. Oh! It's another corner. West Ham are just like throwing their bodies on the line here. It's a good bit of pressure from West Ham. Now we need to take advantage of this. 5 corners to 1. 5 West Ham corners to 1 Everton 1. Cleared from Begovic. Comes to the edge of the box. Shoots from distance. Cleared again. Creswell on his right foot. Actually looked like it was going to go on target, but it's cleared from Everton. And it goes for another corner. That's the 4th consecutive corner. Look at Creswell on the volley with his right foot. Fourth corner in a row. Out swinger. Oh, it goes to no one, and now Everton find themselves with a bit of a break. We have got bodies there. Paqueta's getting himself back. West Ham have. Oh, he's driving through Everton. It's cleared from Safal. Big kick from Everton. Big shot from Everton goes over and it's going to take this one. Ball forward from West Ham, cleared from Everton, but they've made a mistake. Antonio's on the drive. He tries to shoot, but it's cleared. Oh no, it doesn't. It comes in back into play. It will be. No way, ref. Paqueta gets the ball. West Ham play on. Oh man, no one shouts him. He's gone over on his ankle, I think, is he? Oh, he's back up. Now Iwobi's coming on the attack. Why did no West Ham player shout him though? Everton now on the attack. They're coming into the inside of the 18-yard box. Plays it over wide right. Got a bit of space. Crosses the ball into the box. Zuma back heel out. 18-yard box. Finds its way to the Everton team. Switch there from Everton out on the right hand side. They can't control it because they're for West Ham to win. Players for West Ham. Zuma does the big under. Iwobi takes the ball on the halfway line. He looks for a big switch. Over to the right. Gray. Going. Foul with the ball, finds Declan Rice with a bit of space out on the right. Jared Bowen drops in deep, collects the ball, plays it back to Declan Rice. He drives forward, gets by one player. He finds Zuma, plays it back, patient build up. Kira collects the ball, drives forward. Keta finds Fornals in a good bit of space. Suchek guards the ball. He plays back to Fornals. He switches play over to Safal. He drives forward. He's got the ball. Good play from West Ham. Bowen's got the ball back to Safal again. Pressed across in early and West Ham win a corner. Good football from West Ham. We go again. We need to make these corners count. West Ham. Come on, you Iron. Going with an in-swinger. Goes to the back post. Paqueta! Begovic, yeah, like it. Routine save. Well, I tell you what. He's done well to get up there and win that, but if it wasn't for him, Suchek was there to really get a bit more power in that. Anyone that wants to listen to Mila, my daughter, she's just eating some biscuits. Hold on a second. Everton on the attack to the right hand side. Ball in the box. Clear from Suchek. West Ham are first to the ball, which is good. Fornals gets it. Tony out on the left hand side. Gets by the player, fouled by Cody, and wins the free kick on the halfway line. Going to get a yellow card for that as well, which is a good position. And he's obviously he gets his foot stuck in, so that's it's a blatant yellow card. But Lampard wouldn't be happy with that. West Ham have won a free kick. 29 minutes gone on the clock. Fouls over the ball with Bowen. West Ham got bodies forward. A lot of set pieces. We haven't yet made any of them count. Foul goes. It's awful ball. An awful ball. Didn't even beat the first man. Creswell comes back, wins it. He goes for a big up and under. Antonio's there to challenge. Begovic collect. Owen gets stuck in there, but he does lose that 50-50. Gray likes the ball. He finds the Everton player in a bit of space in the middle of the park. Now they're driving forward from the right-hand side. He switches play straight to Sefal. Nicholas collects the ball. Suchek. This time just Dyson with a little bit of the old fire there. Creswell finds Antonio out in the left. He keeps it in play. Or it goes out for a throw into Everton. Everton really playing quite far up the field, causing West Ham a bit of problems there. Sorry, I'm just testing my sound. Give me 2 seconds here, people. Testing. Can you just tell me if you can hear me? Okay, please. Just tell me if you can hear me. All through from Everton. Tries to get by Sefal. Sefal does enough to connect it. Suchek. We've been dismissed again. Peter, you're telling me you can't hear me, or you can, but it's not clear. I'm going to try this with the microphone a little bit further away from my mouth. Can you tell me how that is now, please? It might have been. Eta, start going. Oh, this time down forward. Yes. The thing is, when Peta finds himself in the dangerous area, nobody is there. Sorry, nobody's shouting him like man on. Like he's got 2 or 3 Everton men on him straight away. They will be on the attack. And they've got a bit of space on the left hand side. Ball into the box. Clear from Kira. Good clearance from him. Everton on the edge of the box. Peta does enough. He wins the ball back from Patterson. Then he loses it from Patterson. And Fornals wins it back. Fornals. We're dispossessed. Bobby clicks the ball, plays the ball out to the left. Oh no, Everton on the attack. Great tackle from Declan Rice. Absolutely brilliant tackle. But then we've given it away straight away. Straight away. Now they're on the attack on the left hand side of Wobie. Plays the ball through. I don't know how he's found his space and he's managed to play it back to him. Big ball in over the top. Tries to banana. There for West Ham from Shearer. Everton first the ball again. Big ball in the box from Everton to the back post. Gordon's there. Out for a West Ham goal. I don't like to be premature in my opinion here, but I am going to be a little bit premature in my opinion. I genuinely think I need to see some change here. I feel like the Cornet, Skamaka, coming through. So we'll head to go forward. Everything. Skamaka's not injured, no. Antonio wins the ball up top. Brings in the play for now. I'll go to right. Foul. Owen. Foul. Right. Right forward. Antonio. Owen. Antonio makes the run. Owen can the play. Ronaldo's got a bit of space there in the middle. He plays the ball through to Shearer. Shearer pushes the play over out. Bell on the left. Geta. Ball into the back post. Begovic collect. Oh, Begovic did not see Antonio there. Antonio was being a little bit sneaky in behind him. He rolled the ball to the defender but couldn't get there in time. Onana's giving the ball away to third bonus, driving forward. He finds West Ham. Gordon finds a bit of space, plays the ball forward for Everton. Cleared from Declan Rice, going to go out for an Everton corner. However, I'm using an old microphone set headset I haven't had for ages. It's been sitting on the draw, so I don't know if it's picked up any bit of damage. I'm assuming it has. Maybe as he comes out to collect it, and he does. I reckon that's why it's a bit on this time. So I will order a new set. I need to move the computer around. Apologies for that. Suchek collects the ball on the halfway line. His ball out to Kira. Foul. Declan Rice. Tommy Suchek. Forward. Absolutely no one. Gordon drops the he collects the ball. He plays a 1-2 with the player. Wolby's got the ball, tries to spin the ball through. I see the comments in there. I think Moyes will change it at half time. I'll be shocked if he doesn't. Just wait and see what's happening there. Fabianski plays it short, finds Zuma. West Ham have won a foul very quickly. Creswell on the attack down the left-hand side. Creswell takes an early one. Fornals wins it, loses it, wins it back. He's still got the ball. Gordon absolutely throws his feet in there on the tackle. And I don't know how we've not won a throw-in from that. Three minutes to go to half-time. It will be on the attack. Switches play over to the right-hand side for Everton. Onana. Fornals wins it back. Antonio collects the ball from a mistake from Everton, but it's deep in the West Ham half. He brings Sefala into the game. Oh, Antonio's done. Oh, Tarkowski smashes tackle. He does well. Clears the ball for Everton. Sefala's collects the ball from a mistake from Everton. Oh, he's slow in the uptake. He really is slow in the uptake. I'm sorry. I don't want to sound negative. Corner West Ham. Oh, Declan Rice with the second header. Ball out for Niles. Bowen. Rice. Guys, please stop arguing in the chat. Creswell from long. Oh, Zuma! Oh! Tries a loop and head over Begovic, but it just goes for a routine save. Guys, we're all friends in the chat. Be friendly. One minute at a time. Like I said, I don't like to say things, but I think he'll make subs in the second half quite quickly because we've not had a hold of the game. We can't keep a hold of the ball, and we've not really offered anything up top. Bowen switches it onto his left foot. He loses it to Anana. Zuma collects it. Kira tries forward for West Ham. And there you go. Ref blows the whistle for half time. Now, if you are watching, welcome back to the West Ham Network. We've just finished the first half. It's 0-0. It's not been a great first half. But keep your comments coming in and let us know your thoughts on the game so far. I'm going to go for half-time, take a break for 15 minutes, and I'll be back for the second half. Keep your comments coming in, though, and I'll see you back here for the second half as well. Welcome back to the second half. No changes. Don't get annoyed. Don't get annoyed, but there's no changes. But something does need to change in the second half, 100%. Everton got the ball. Like I said, no changes for either side. So Everton now on the attack with Onana. Come on, you Irons. Keita's just trying to drive forward. Anthony Gordon comes forward now for Everton. Out on the left-hand side, low cross. Zuma. Oh, he's done enough and it's gone for a Everton corner. I think Zuma's just taken a deflection out. And I think, is it Gray that's had a collision with Fabianski? I don't know, Anthony Gordon's found that overlapping run down the right-hand side. Overstretched. Yeah, Gray's just bumped into. Corner to Everton. Good tackle from Zuma, though it was. Clearance from West Ham, another corner to Everton. It's like we're doing that zonal marking again in the corners, and I don't like it. Big ball in from Everton. Clear from Kira. Fornals chasing. Big ball up over the top from Everton. He's nudged. Kira gets the ball and clears it. He finds Fornals. Fornals is driving forward with a bit of space. Out left to Declan Rice, taking his time on the attack. He's driving forward. He finds Fornals now at the left-hand side. Creswell's there. He's doing an overlapping run. Plays it back to Declan Rice, who finds Cressy. Cressy plays a nice ball forward for Pablo. Crosses it in low to the end of the box. Start Bowen. Oh! That is unlucky. Good football from West Ham. See, when we get those like little bits of play, we do look good. It's just about putting them together. Just near the edge of the box, Jared Bowen can't get his foot over the top of the ball, and it goes over the bar. Unlucky. West Ham have done well there to dispossess them. Big ball up over the top, but it goes out for an Everton throw-in. Everton now on the attack. They keep a hold of the ball. Everton got the ball in the centre circle. Iwobi collects it. Nice ball through out over there to the left. Sefal's there marking him. Sticks to him. Shot. Straight to Fabianski. Routine save. Big switch play there from West Ham. Sefal's got the ball. He's brought down from Gray. I think the referee's going to blow up there and give us a free kick. I think. West Ham got hold of the ball. Kira in our own half. Plays it out wide to Creswell. Over the halfway line. Driving forwards. kind of slowed down again, though. Fornals tries a bit of trickery, but it goes out for an Everton throw in. We're lacking creativity 100%. Like, we definitely are. There's no ifs and buts about that. Kira does well, though, to collect it, but Anthony Gordon drops onto the ball. He plays the ball in behind Onana, and Bowen comes back and collects the ball. He does well. Suchek. Kira. Creswell collects the ball. Fornals finds Antonio down the left-hand side. He's got the ball down the left-hand side now. Antonio holds it up. Big ball into the box, and it's cleared from the Everton defender. Out to Fornals. Cross in again to the back post. No one's there. Safal's chasing it down, and it goes out for a goal kick. We're just, definitely lacking something up top. I think it needs to be like a double substitution, to be honest. Looks like Antonio's down. Head injury, possibly. Oh, man. That man again. Literally from absolutely nothing. Maupai's just scored a goal. 1-0 Everton. Literally, I mean, it was a kind of lackluster, average start to the second half, and they've just put the ball in the back of the net from that guy, Maupai. Oh, my God. But I think you're right, though. Everyone in the chat saying that it's very, very basic. Bobby collects the ball, plays the ball forward to Maupai. I mean, literally, he just turns and shoots. He literally just turns and shoots. Turn, shoot. You know what he did? He did exactly what's happened the other day. Not enough power, but still just turns and shoots. He trusts the process. Frustrating. With someone attack, Antonio Bekovic. Gordon collects it and right, brings it down, but the referee doesn't pull up for that. Pablo's driving forward, finds Antonio, takes a touch, he does well, skips around the player. He brings in the play to Fornals on the edge of the box. Tries a quick early pass, but possessed. Now Iwobi's got himself in loads of space driving forward. Ray on the attack. He's one-on-one with Safal. He's going to cross it in low. Skips by the players. Something we've seen. That's the Gordon ball still in play. Clear from Beckers. Come on, West Ham! Everton on the attack again, on the edge of the box, shoots from distance, cleared from Zuma, goes out for an Everton corner. English Hardy, yeah, I see what you mean. I am concerned about the situation, but to be honest, the strikers' instinct, right? They trust their. What I mean by that is they play the ball, they turn and shoot. So like what Skamaka did the other day, it's natural instincts. That's why I wanted to see Skamaka on the field. It's really important. It's a natural instinct we missed. You can create something from nothing. Ball comes straight to the middle of the box. Bang, you take a touch, really good touch, like you said in the chat, and then Bosch it back in the net. Oh my word, Fabianski slapped it, but it was done all right to get away with it. It's a nice travelling down the left hand side. He's driving forward. He's marked up by Everton. Everton playing a high press. Pablo Fornals. There's a bit of space there with Jared. Go on, Jared! Oh, Emelianenko's done really well. Jared Bowen there. We've gone early. Go on, Bowen! Do something! Oh, it's ridiculous! An early throw-in, put ourselves inside the area in the box. I mean, I don't know how he's going to get that ball through. Literally 3 or 4 men. There's no one making options for him. There's no one making options for him there. I'm feeling really negative. I am. Dickers now. West Ham on the attack again. Come on, we've got to make something with this. Creswell's got loads of space on the left hand. Loads. Oh, he took a extra touch and then back, put it out. But Gordon's going mental. I think Patterson from Everton. So much space Creswell had to the left hand side. Fornals on the corner. 57 minutes gone, 1-0 Everton. Zuma's up there. Right. Good check. Antonio, Paqueta. Corner in. Doesn't even beat the first man. I drive from Spain. Hams. All the way back to Fabianski. Ball up through. Whistle. Down. Doesn't look good. We get Cornet and Ben Rama double substitution. Ben Rama and Cornet are coming on. The only thing I can think of here is, I mean, Bowen's having a great game. Never really tested going off. Fornals and Bowen, maybe, or Fornals and Antonio. Find that Antonio, play him in. Oh, he's lost the ball. Too easy. On the attack on the left hand side now. We're on the break. West Ham pressing quite well, but they've got round us. Iwobi's got the offside trap. He's going to play it over to Anthony Gordon's got some space and time, but he can't control the ball. Oh, he's giving offside for it anyway. Never offside. The referee's giving offside for it. It will be. The ball's not in play anyway, but they've given offside to some people. So. Prezi gets the ball. Fornals, Deckers, Prezi, Kira. Fornals, Antonio out on the left. Better play from West Ham to check. Fornals out on the left. He's got a bit of space. Antonio's done his running. He's done well. Down the left. Skips by Cody. Brings the ball to the back post. Bowen! Hits it! Oh my god, hits it! Oh! Not for the defender. thing is, though, I get what you're saying about the passing. But you do make something really well. Well done. Oh, you can't give a free kick for that. It was literally coming together. 30 minutes to go. Now, you will probably bring this on. You've done really well there. Finds Card going on the edge of the box. Shoots. There from Tarkowski. It is unlucky. To be honest with you, though, if Tarkowski hadn't got there, I don't think Biggs was just getting that ball. First up, done. Corney on. Pablo. And Rama on. And I don't know who the other player is. Keta. What did that? Anyway, Paqueta come off. I wouldn't have got Paqueta off at all. Yellow card for Everton player. I'm sorry, Jane Hall. I don't know what's going on with my sorry, I do know it's a move. Big pitch. The attack. Scores 1-0 to Everton. Everton in the attack. Get by the player. Oh my god, it's just on fire in the back post. Suchek clicks the ball. Out wide to Creswell. Suchek clicks again. Corney comes the ball. Creswell gets it. Corney makes the run. He gets a good run. He clicks the ball. What a ball in from Corney. Unlucky. They're from Everton and Anna the ball. I'm at 64 minutes and 50 seconds. Corney again down the left hand side. For now, Corney makes a overlapping run. It goes out for a left hand throw in. Corney gets the ball, tries to find Benny. I'm actually my dad because well, West Ham on the right hand side, the foul skips by the player, tackled from that ankle. Throw in 2 minutes to go. Right to play. Right. Press ball on the left hand side. West Ham. Oh, back post! He's missed it. I think Declan's won it. Suchek wins it at the front post. Manson header. It goes by literally every single player in the park, and I think it does. A ball! No one's shouting for it. It was Everton play. No one's shouting for it. There's no fix it on the edge of the box. Corney's got it now on the left. Good run there from Denny. Keep it in. No. I'm sorry, Andrew. I really am sorry. I can't. Mac is coming on. Oh, look what Nolan. Ogbona's translating. Dad, Ogbona's translating. On the field. Here comes Antonio off the field. Skamaka. Go on, Skamaka! Go on, Gianluca! English Hardy, where? Where? Right, I see it. West Ham. Oh, it's a corner for West Ham. Come on, you Irons. That's the fans are now clapping. Everyone wants to know the game stopped. Ball back. Owen plays in. Ball in. Ben Rama unlucky. Clear from Everton. Much better pressure from West Ham. This is I don't give a thoughts on the game. Are you sure? Yeah, what do you think? Just say come on, West Ham.
Well, West Ham.
Nice play. 1-20. Ah, it's unlucky. Good tackle from Nana. I've got it on mute, that's why, sorry. At the post from West Ham. Ben Rama. Oh. Hi, John. Normally we have a better setup in terms of sound. However, my thing's not been working on here. Can you know everyone? Oh, and oh, no way! Come on, West Ham. Jared Bowen wins the ball back. Ben Rama. Oh, just a bit too much ahead of Skamaka. Cheers, John. Thank you for joining us. Like I said, normally we have a better setup, but I'm just using different headphones today. Oh no, he's dispossessed us. He's driving forward. He's still got the ball. It's a great tackle from Kira. The ball goes over the top from Iwobi, but it is a really, really good, vital tackle from Kira. It's like a kind of collision one, but he was no nonsense defending there. It's gone to Iwobi, who's tried to curl it into the top corner. It's just gone over the top of the bar. John, it's a pleasure to have you, mate. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad you've clicked the subscribe button as well. It's a very interactive channel, so obviously get your comments in. We'll read them out as well. So, yeah, no, thank you for joining us. Just waiting to find out what's happening with this player. West Ham on the attack now again. It's a foul.
You know it? This can happen.
I've had to switch to my phone now because my laptop's died. So Rice on the ball, driving forward, but no one's there. Can you just confirm if you can hear me okay from the phone, please? Onana's down injured, just waiting to see what's happening. It's probably better from here than it is from the laptop on the headset, isn't it? Anyway, Onana's down, so we're just waiting to find out what's actually happening. Looks like they're going to make a substitute. They've got Decor coming on. If you are new around here, please make sure you do go and hit that subscribe button, please. Outdate. I get it. I've had to move though. Sometime I'm going to watch it. I'm muted, I know, but I was just talking to someone there. There's nothing happening in the game. They're waiting for a substitution coming on. What's his name is going off. Onana and Decor's coming on. There you go, Brian. I know. I am here. I'm muting it because I'm just talking to people in the room. So, Gray, I don't know if Gray's coming off and Decor's coming on. Looks like Onana's going to continue. Hi, Nico. Hope you're well. When you do free gifted membership subscription, mate. I don't know what that means, John. West Ham on Everton on the attack now. Decor chips the ball over the top. Two up, two down hammers. Yeah, it is, actually. Kira gets in front of the player. Now Declan Rice on the attack. 8 minutes, West Ham. We need to do something with this now. Come on. Deckers travels forwards. Cornet driving forwards. He's on the left-hand side. He finds Declan Rice. Chips the ball forward into the box. Back post to Skamaka. He can't get a hold of it. He cannot get a hold of it. He knows it himself. We've got 8 minutes to turn this around. Normally I do this from home, but I'm actually over at Mum and Dad's house. But what I'll do is I'll show you the room, because I'll show you the West Ham connection we've got here. This is a regular occasion, so we've got a couple of my nieces here. Oh, say hi. Hi. My mum. There you go, my mum. Looking, Nico. Shay. Dad. There you go. Oh, go West Ham, go Corney! Oh, save from Begovic. Corney is driven forward. This is the difference that players like Corney make. He finds space. He's on his front foot. Benrahma collects the ball. Declan Rice plays. Look at the run that Corney's making. He finds space. He's front forward. He's progressive football. Yeah, okay, didn't put it in the back of the net, but he makes a difference. This is why he needs to start. It's a good shot as well. It was on target. I'm telling you now, when he starts, and Skamaka starts, Paqueta starts, we'll see a different, positive West Ham.
Hi to Anton's family. Then we need to come
Crosshammer, hi to Anton's family. They'll say hi back to you.
Hi. Hi.
Oh, Corney class. Honestly, I do see the difference with Corney. I've said it, I've done the show on him the other day. He has to start starting games. Look at him now. He's out on the right-hand side. Then he was out on the left-hand side. He progresses our team forward. Sefal's just pulled the Everton player down, but he's not given a foul for that, which I'm surprised about. They've dispossessed us, and now they're driving forward. They've played the wrong ball, but it's found its way back to Fabianski. Skamaka wins the header. Oh, it's unlucky for Benny. Patterson for Everton driving forwards. Souček has played an absolute haywire ball, wild ball back the way to Zuma, misses him completely, puts us well under pressure. Mapai's trying to win the ball back from Sefal. Don't know what Souček was thinking there. Onana comes back and wins the ball. Referee says play on. Keep your heads up, West Ham.
Also, if Foley's not red.
5 minutes to go. Everton just trying to do a bit of keep the ball. John Hand, done my likes and shares all on my Instagram. What's that, mate? Thank you very much for joining us. Look at the difference after the substitutions. That starting lineup was unbelievable, and to be frank, a disgrace for an experienced manager.
I feel like it's really quiet. Even Stacey and Kelly are really quiet.
We've got literally 5 minutes to change this, get something from this game. Decor. John, we are on Instagram. It will be shoots from distance. It goes wide. We're on Instagram. I think we're at West Ham Network or West Ham _ I don't know what we are, but we're just type in West Ham Network and you should be able to see it. Suchek is all about the box. Get Moy on. Suchek is poor. No needs a new manager. By the time the 3 starts, those 3 will be down. It's West Ham Network 1 on Instagram. John. Suma plays the ball forward. Flick on from Skamaka. Corny! Corny! Oh no, he can't finish it! Oh no way!
Oh man.
Just
a fraction.
Oh, it's a great flick on from Skamak, from Bowen actually. It's so unlucky from Corny. It is so unlucky. Oh, but can you not see the difference with him coming on?
Yeah.
Straight away, change. It is frustrating. It is. Yeah. He's a game changer. I don't make my family watch this. They choose to watch West Ham. You can blame Dad. You can blame Jim next time you see him on the stream. Come on, West Ham. Good win of the header there from Zuma. Everton making a sub. If you are watching, we'll go live straight after for the review. We will be live straight after, so you don't need to do anything. It will go automatically. You'll transfer automatically over there.
Sorry. My skin is so...
Zimbabwe.
Well, I'm...
Great touch from Corny, but it's 5 minutes out of time. Kira plays the ball back to Fabianski, plays it short to Zuma, collects the ball, finds Deckers. Creswell, back to Rice, Corny out on the left-hand side. Oh, it's a bad pass, but he wins it back, but then he's lost it again. Everton on the drive forward. Corny's there tracking back. Kira plays the ball back to Fabianski. 4 minutes to get something from this.
That was really
Corney out on the left. Finds Deckers. He's driving forward. Cressy finds Cornet. Back heels it. Unfortunately, doesn't find the West Ham player. Decor. Everton now on the attack. Tries to switch the play completely. Takes the deflection off Souček and Fabianski collects the ball. Big switch play there from Declan. Jared Bowen, big cross over the top. Did Begovic get a touch on that? He did. I don't know if Jared Bowen was trying to shot there across, but it looked like it was heading on towards target, and Begovic tipped it over. That would have dropped. I think that would have dropped in. He's had to do that. He's had to put a touch on that to get it over the bar. Emerson on for Creswell. 5 minutes, 3 minutes to go. Cross in from West Ham. Get in! Oh, they're up and in! Ben Rama tips the ball forward. No one makes a run. Ah!
No.
2 minutes to go.
No. I'm gonna FaceTime. Yeah, you can FaceTime me if you want. Yeah.
yeah, but it doesn't answer, you know. But he has a girl and she's English. Really.
He's not on his phone.
Yeah, apparently
She knows.
It's partly like flexible in English.
It does not. In English. Oh gosh, look at the car.
I don't see it.
Did he? What was he doing?
Might got a yellow card.
Oh! Good boy.
30 seconds to go. Remember, if you are watching, you'll get transferred over to the review straight after.
Oh.
Just also for your reference, there's going to be no content on the channel tomorrow, just out of respect for the Queen Mother, the Queen.
Is that how you say his name?
But what I saw from this second half is that this second half team, Skamaka, Corney, they need to start. Paqueta should not have come off the field. Expecting the referee to blow a whistle now any seconds.
Oh, blow it, I can get out of that misery. Blow it.
Now the Rondon's on the attack. Iwobi plays ball to Decor. Iwobi goes out to the corner.
We're in the relegation zone now for another week.
That's gone out for a throw in. expecting the referee to blow the whistle any minute now. Like I said, if you are watching, just go across there for the review. And there you go, there's the whistle. So jump over to the review. We'll give you our kind of thoughts over there. See you soon. Thanks for joining us. So, like I said, don't move. You'll get transferred over there just now. See you in a second.